Here we go.
Can you hear us, guys? Hey,
Hello,
Winston.
everyone.
Hey, Brando, what's up? Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I'm here today once again with the Inspector who reacts. Hello, Inspector.
I'm on my phone today.
So, fingers crossed. We seem to not go a single week without some technical difficulties, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that everything goes as planned. But,
Strange enough, my phone seems to do better than the computer.
all right, well, that's good. So, hopefully, that'll keep working. Winston's going pretty good. How about you? How are you, Brando? So we didn't, Inspector and I didn't meet last week. MXC, hello. Leave me alone, go away. um, so we didn't meet last week, but we are here this week. So we'll be discussing the Clone Wars episodes 2 and 3. So the episodes are short. Like last week's was typical. I think it was like 23, 24 minutes. This week's was particularly short. I think it was done in like 18 minutes. So really, really short episode. But Inspector, overall, how are you enjoying? How have you been enjoying the episodes since we last met?
Ah, it's again, it just feels like back to normal. It doesn't feel like we've ever left. Just same old Clone Wars and everything. Like, I think I don't feel like because this has already been written out, this has already been edited and all that sort of thing. Like back before Disney, that this just feels like normal Clone
Mm-hmm.
Wars. I think not that I don't expect much to change anyway, but I do think like the real difference in tone or style of writing will appear in Ahsoka's arcs,
Mm-hmm.
probably, especially the finale arc,
Yeah.
because that is all new. That's all brand new stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been enjoying Bad Batch, but it's one of those things like, come on, let's get to the stuff that I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always cool to get new characters, especially new clones. Like I always enjoy the storylines where we meet new clones. But yeah, at the same time, I don't want it to like overshadow the rest of the story. And fortunately, in the last two episodes, it didn't focus on them as much. It was really in the main episode. But I mean, they're still part of it because they were part of rescuing Echo. Um, but yeah, no, their storyline's been interesting. Um, as for the,
Oh, so
go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, as for you mentioned Ahsoka, the Ahsoka storyline, I think I had read that parts of the novel are going to be in, like the Ahsoka novel, are going to be in the episodes. I don't know if
Oh,
that's true, but I think I read that somewhere.
considering I think what the novel like does have the Mandalore history arc, or what has the
Hmm.
Mandalore battle in it, or like what Ahsoka basically has like Ahsoka and Order 66 backstory
A little bit.
is what happens in it, right? Yeah, it's like I think there's gonna be more fleshed out is what
Hmm.
that novel is gonna, or not what the novel, what the episodes are gonna be, because we're actually gonna get to see what happened
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah, like in the novel, it more so like she like, focuses on her in the present, but in the beginning of certain chapters, it like, she kind of like has like flashbacks and like, so we get snippets of little things that happened before. Um, so like, yeah, so probably things from there. Um, but yeah, so all right, so episode 2
Mm-hmm.
was A Distant Echo.
Yeah, we had I think okay. There's one thing I noticed. I think that I don't think Clone Wars has ever done before, but they have like perspective blurring. Like the background is blurrier than the foreground,
Oh, I
and
didn't.
that's what I think makes the animation look so crisp. Like especially like when Anakin and like is talking, he looks so much more detailed or
Uh huh.
something. He looks so much more. The background looks really blurry. I don't think Clone Wars or even Rebels ever did that. Like because I think it was always like the animation was just at the same level. It just the details got blurrier as the distance, but not like actual blur like in movies where the background is blurrier than the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shot.
Well, you being the artist that you are, I'm not surprised you noticed something like that. I didn't even notice that.
It's just like film techniques, and it's kind of cool to see that in animation
Hmm.
because animation doesn't really need that in a weird way. It's
Yeah.
something that has to be created for it.
Hmm.
Uh,
Interesting tidbit. I didn't realize that, but I know what you mean, and that's something you see like, well, yeah, like in film or whatever, but like in pictures, that's usually where I notice it more. I think in photographs, but I didn't notice that in the episodes. I'll have to take note of that next time. Hi, Elsa.
how's the chat doing? I
Chat,
can't see the chat.
chat's doing good. Everyone's just greeting each other. We got MXC working in the background, telling everybody to behave. Brando's here, Winston, and Elsa. Hi, guys. And some people quietly watching in the background. Hello there. um. All right, so
We
I
have
just
Anakin being sneaky, not so really.
yeah, that
But,
was funny. His little private meeting with Padme.
yeah, I like how early it's like he's like, hey Rex, let's go do something. And Rex like, I don't want to do that. He's like, yeah, we're doing this.
The thing, you know,
And
the
he's like, come
thing.
on. It's
I
like, we don't have time for that.
yeah.
Like, yes, we do.
I thought that was really cool. Like I was like, oh my gosh, Rex knew. I didn't know Rex knew. That's so cool. So like, so then you just kind of
Yeah.
envision like that they used to do this from time to time, where Rex would have to cover for Anakin.
Yeah.
So, and I like it almost makes me wonder how that came about. Like, did Anakin at some point confide in Rex about it, or did Rex figure it out and come to Anakin about it, or did Rex accidentally find out and then Anakin used it to his advantage? Since just cover for me. Well, I'm curious as to how that all happened.
I feel like Anakin probably had like considering how he like it's one of those things where if you pay attention enough, Anakin has feelings for Padme.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you dug for it. So to see, like I think Rex and Anakin being so close on missions a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, Anakin would probably have asked, "Hey, can I have the communicator or whatever to talk?"
Yeah.
And of course, Rex would slowly realize why Anakin's having these conversations.
He really liked her. So cute.
It's one of those things where it's like I think they know they're in a relationship. They just didn't know they were married. Like that's how far they went with the relationship.
That's true. Probably nobody knew. Um, and like, it's funny. I didn't, because, okay, so when I watched it live, and I was also talking to the chat, and it kind of, I missed the part where Obi-Wan, so like when Anakin leaves, Obi-Wan's like,
Called them out.
like, say hi to Padme for me or something like that, or I hope you said hi to Padme.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until later on, and I was like, oh crap. So Obi-Wan kind of knew too. Again, probably didn't know that they were married, but he knew that they had a thing, which he would have to be stupid to not know. I mean,
Yeah.
especially being being a Jedi, and you could pick up on these things, and also,
Yeah.
I mean, the way he looks at her.
I like that in the when Rex is out guarding and Obi-Wan comes up and he's like, oh no. He's like, I gotta. There was there's a meme. It was there's a video game I think called L.A. Noire,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a game where you can you're trying to get information or out of you're a detective and you're trying to get information, and it if the suspect or whoever you're talking to is lying, you can it's like doubt.
Mm-hmm.
To press this button to doubt that information, and it's a meme that if characters lying, the other character's just like, yeah, no, I don't believe that. It's like it has the button prompt next to them, and somebody made that meme with Rex and Obi-Wan where Rex is lying and Obi-Wan's like, nah, like doubt. Like Anakin's he's in there, looking at her right now. It's like, doubt. I don't know. He's in there with Padme.
Yeah. Oh, she came to say a quick hello, and now she's off. Bye, Madigan. Oh, she's going right back. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess Obi-Wan knew, Rex knew. We found out Ahsoka knew. I mean, not in this, obviously, but in that animated series, that's the animated... We went through this last time. Forces of Destiny, where we find out on there that Ahsoka knew. So basically, Anakin's a horrible secret keeper.
Well, basically everyone close to Anakin who watches, who knows him personally, knows that like, okay, he's acting differently with Padme, or he's doing these things for Padme. Like
Yeah.
he would, if Padme wasn't somebody that important to him, he wouldn't be doing these things.
Yeah.
Like if she was just some regular senator or somebody else, he wouldn't be that sneaky.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also in that, when I was watching it, I'm like forgetting the timeline. Like I'm thinking he already knows she's pregnant, but like obviously he
Yeah.
doesn't. So like he doesn't know yet, but you see her like touching her stomach, and she's
Yeah.
got like a little bit of a belly.
Yeah, I was actually like, because I remember that from the trailers,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like thinking, okay, this is got it. Like maybe there was like maybe this is like, I thought this was gonna be airing Ahsoka and Anakin like little converse,
Mm-hmm.
like some point between Ahsoka and Anakin, and Padme already had told Anakin, but
Yeah.
it looks like this is before that, so she probably knows, but she's not ready yet to tell him yet.
Yeah.
While he's out on a war.
Yeah. She'd rather tell
Like
him face to
he can't
face.
be distracted.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, that was cool.
But yeah,
Um,
their scene, their little conversation is actually really is sweet.
it was very
Mm.
sweet.
It's
It
just
gave me
again,
more fuzzy feelings.
it's one of those things where you're just like, why can't this romance be happy? You know where it's headed. It's doomed, and it's just like
I
it hurts.
know. And like, you know what too, it just like for people who make fun of Anakin's character and the whole Anakin Padme relationship, like just based off the movies, like if you go just based off the movie, it makes him look like an idiot. It makes the whole thing look so cheesy. But if you watch the Clone Wars and you see their relationship, you see it's like actually very sweet. And
It is,
he really likes her. And
yeah. Well, it's one of those things where it's like we're at the movies kind of show like Anakin at his least uh awesome moments in a
yeah,
way. Like like Attack of the Clones basically shows him awkward, and he's never like been with never. He's always like he's gonna be overboard. He's gonna be like trying to.
he's a teenager.
Yeah, he's a teenager. He's like teenagers. They don't know what they think. It's the thing. Like emotions. They're feeling these feelings for the first time. They don't know. They think. They know they got it right, or they know that, based off like whatever media or stories or anything like that, they know that how to woo properly, but it's not quite
Hmm.
right. It's not that. It doesn't have to be that extreme.
Yeah,
And and then we have Anakin at Revenge of the Sith, where he's more settled down, he's more mellow, but he's also having to deal with everything going wrong for him.
yeah.
And Clone Wars is that middle ground where he's matured enough and he's um calm enough. He's
Hmm.
he's Jedi. He's Jedi. And,
Jedi Anakin.
I like it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's more so. Yeah, it's like Anakin on a day to day on his day to day life. He's not a young awkward teenager. He's not this adult who's having dark thoughts and is afraid of his wife dying and his child dying. So
mhm.
Clone Wars
Yeah.
is cool, Anakin. Anakin. Hey David, how are you?
How's the chat going?
Chat's going good. Everyone's just saying hello. Winston agreed with something that you said. And everyone's saying hi to Madigan, who's gone now. Um, all right. So, in that episode, they work on trying to rescue Echo. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just remembered. So, have you heard about like okay, there was a deleted scene from this episode. Like in the original animatic, there was a scene in this episode that wasn't in the final version that was on Disney Plus, which I understand why it's not, but at the same time, it was a funny little scene. So you haven't heard about this?
No, I
You
haven't.
didn't watch the anime. Yeah. So like okay, so we see the scene where Anakin like is leaving with Rex after he talks with Obi-Wan,
Uh-huh.
which again is a really funny scene where he's like trying to brush off Obi-Wan's little and
Comment.
like like I want to talk to you. The council wants to talk to you. We gotta talk to you. And he's like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm going, I'm doing the thing. Like, and but yeah, so then we cut to the scene where they're on the ship flying with the Bad Batch kind of thing. There was actually a scene between those two, and apparently like the Bad Batch have a like how old like World War II had like nose art, had like painted stuff on the noses of their planes or cars or
Okay.
like it's like a tiger or a dragon or a pretty girl or something like that. You know
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Yeah, I'm not
So
familiar with that, but
so they had so the Bad Batch had Padme drawn on their nose of their and like she was it wasn't that sexy, but it did show leg. And Anakin was like, "What is that?"
oh my
And
gosh.
the Bad Batch were like, "Oh yeah, we really like her. She's really nice. She's our favorite senator." And Rex was like, I'll talk to them. And Anakin was like, that's not staying up there. Don't get that out there as soon as we're done with this mission.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. Oh, I
It,
have to look that up now.
I found that one a little funny. Like, that was just like, it makes sense with Anakin to be like,
No. That's my lady.
yeah, he's
Take it
like,
off.
that's my girl. That's
mm-hmm.
my girl.
Aw, that's cute though.
Yeah. And yeah, I was like, when I watched the Disney, when I watched the final version, I was like, oh man,
I
I
wonder
was
why
actually
they
looking forward to that.
I wonder why they cut it out because the episode was so short. Why not include that? Oh, maybe
There's a couple of reasons. One, I think
not Disney-ish.
well, from Disney, it's kind of like it was like they didn't want to be like they don't want no more sexualizing of things, so they
Yeah.
kind of put that down. The second one is I think Dave Filoni actually said is he felt it was better like because the Padme and Anakin talk that we had wasn't actually in the original either, so like that was added, so
Oh,
it's kind of a replacement in a way
I see that.
because
Okay.
he felt like Padme isn't in this season very much,
hmm
so it felt right to give her a much more meaningful scene than that scene
Yeah.
that was later on. Which I was kind of like, okay, yeah, but you can still have both. But I was like, I do like the reasons. I do
hmm
understand the reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a funny scene.
I have to look that up. I'm curious
Uh,
now.
yeah. So yeah, that's just something that I remember watching like years ago when the
hmm
Animaniacs were out. And yeah, of course, when Clone Wars announced, like, ooh, I get to see all this. And this episode did really good with still, still stay true to form, still stay true to how the episode was mapped out back then.
hmm
Yeah.
Um. Oh, and I think it was in that scene that we get the theme, the Anakin and Padme theme across the stars. It was like just a
Oh
little bit.
yeah.
I got so excited. I love that song, and I got so excited to hear that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. John Lewis does. That's honestly one of the very good like romance songs.
hmm
It's like it doesn't matter who it's for. It's a very you can tell it's a very love theme to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of the like I mean I like the soundtrack to Star Wars, but there's certainly like I like the ones that sound like really, really different that kind of stand out from the other ones because some of the songs sound similar. Um, but like that's one of the ones I feel like it's just very different from the rest of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Um, and it's very
That's
pretty.
that's one of the things I do like. Like I like the original trilogy because it's very well, for lack of a better word, it's original. It feels
Mhm.
very like standard or something, but unique.
Mhm.
But what I like about the prequels is how very different it feels. Like the music's very different. I feel in the prequels, even though it feels original, it feels like a different time
Yeah.
of music. Like we have more vocals, we have more I think more instruments, more variety, like different types of like chimes and drums. There's very little of that I think in the original trilogy. There's more like organs and
Mhm.
bass and such.
Yeah.
And sequels is kind of a mix. but I like there's very little that I actually sequel music is hard to. There's like very few themes now that
You
I
want to know
can.
something? I haven't paid too much attention to the music in the sequels. Now that you say it, I real
Yeah,
I think my favorite is from the prequels in general, but and I enjoyed the original, but yeah, the sequel trilogy. Trying to think.
yeah. There's like a
Except
there's
for
like a
Ray's theme. I
couple,
like
but
Ray's theme.
Ray theme is a big stick out because well, one we hear it a lot, but also it is different. It
Yeah.
does it's unique a little.
Mm-hmm.
How's the chat?
Quiet. Hi guys.
Not chopping. Nobody's talking.
No. It could be a busy
We invite
Sunday.
you to dinner and you don't, and you just eat the food.
We invite you to dinner. Maybe they're vegetarians. They don't want the meat.
There's still potatoes.
Wee,
Boil them,
hey.
mash them, stick them in a stew.
Are you guys fans of Rose's theme? I'm not familiar with it. Probably if I heard it, I recognize it, but I'm not really familiar with it. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, again, I'm not.
It's
Okay,
okay,
it's
Mixie. It's okay.
uh, if I think about it, yeah, it's a very cute theme. I'll say that,
Hmm.
but it's not. And weird. It's like again, it's not memorable. Like there's
Hmm.
just not much sticking out that you could play and immediately somebody's gonna go, oh, that's Star Wars. Like there's a lot of music in the both trilogies before this prequels and the originals that you could hear it even somebody who's never heard Star Wars or watched Star Wars before probably still knows that sounds like Star Wars music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's not earned. You would recognize Kylo's theme, probably. You're
Kylo seems
cooking
another good one.
barbecue shredded pork. Speaking of vegetarians. Okay,
Um,
guys. Um,
for the episode, we're back. We're on the ship. We're flying to the Techno Union, the other
mm,
way, Techno Union guys with Wat Tembar and his group,
yeah.
and
Then they storm the castle.
well, they get attacked by like bat, like reptiles, like that, the village people. Which,
It's been
oh
two
right,
weeks,
yeah, they
4 weeks
have
since I
the
watched.
so yeah, like I gotta say this. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, here's Anakin, the chosen one, gets easily made, like taken out of this, like, this guy is supposed to be like our main hero, and yet here he is being just like he gets beaten a lot more than he should admit.
Even in the last episode, I felt like there were some things that I was like, why isn't Anakin doing this? Why isn't Anakin doing that? That doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
like it was one of those things where not only is not just the fact that Anakin's like the chosen one, but Anakin's a Jedi. He should be doing a little bit more better than
Yeah.
what he's dealing with. Like, because I felt like I did feel like in this episode, I felt like Anakin was holding back or something. Like he
Hmm.
just wasn't that that into it or something. I don't know what it was.
Hmm.
Because it felt like, especially the fights with the droids later, he wasn't, he could have easily taken out like a good bunch of them.
Yeah.
But I guess he left it to the clones while he was helping Rex.
Maybe it's intentional. Like maybe it's something they're going to address at some point. Like maybe he's feeling distracted because Ahsoka's gone, and so fighting feels different for him. You know, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
he's not doesn't have his head in the game. I don't know how long. Yeah, unless it's been addressed. I don't know how long this is after the last season.
Hmm.
Like how much time
Yeah, I
has
don't know
passed.
either. Um,
I
can't
think it's
that
not too long
long.
after it because
Yeah. Like Clone Wars is 3 years, and like that, we're in like the final month. So yeah, I don't. I'm pretty sure. Whenever like Ahsoka probably didn't leave that long ago. In fact, we're about to get Ahsoka's arc,
mhm.
the episode after this one, which is going to be her almost, I think, immediately after leaving the temple and
Okay.
what she does going like on Coruscant. So
All right, yeah. So he could be. I mean, unless it's not a thing, they might not address it. Maybe it's just bad writing in that sense. But it could also be because um, he's distracted and
yeah,
you know.
I don't know. It's not a big thing. It's just one of those things where I'm just like I taking notice of like it's one of those things where you like especially after watching the movies and watching like some Clone Wars, it's like you see how epic Jedi are and you're like, why aren't you doing this? Like why aren't these Jedi like doing in more epic stuff when like why are these Jedi even having trouble?
Yeah. Without Ahsoka, Rex might be his closest friend there, so he is distracted. It makes sense. Daniel agrees. Seems like it. They did cut 5 minutes from this episode, so it might not make as much sense. You were talking a little bit about that before. Inspector mentioned one scene that they cut. The whole drawing of Padme thing. I don't know what. I'm not familiar with what else they cut, but
Yeah.
but I'm curious. I want to look this episode up. Well, all of them. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, I'll have to send you a link or something for that
Yeah.
later. But yeah, so Anakin like get captured um by one of the village people, and the Bad Batch chase after him to not lose him.
Mm-hmm.
They find the village, and so they attack the village and save the kind of get Anakin out of here. But they then, which is really cool. I like how they were able to translate a language, which I don't think was it's either a known language or an unknown language.
Mm-hmm.
But Tech has the ability to learn the language that the aliens there speak and speak it back either through a voice modulator or he's actually speaking it himself.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. He was able to communicate with them. Let's see. That was last episode. This episode was only 17 minutes because they didn't replace it with something else. Oh, okay. Too much for Disney Plus, I assume. Yeah, I guess they're cutting some stuff out for whatever reason.
I mean, I just again I said like I guess last time I was like I said, if you're gonna cut stuff down, just make it into like one 40-minute episode, and I'll be fine. Like I can watch it all at once.
Yeah, it's a little like these episodes, especially like the last 3 episodes really could have been cut into 2 or put into 2 or even 1. Just make it one long episode.
That's a movie, but
yeah.
Yeah, we could have gotten. I wouldn't have minded if they, especially if this could have made more episodes or more arcs were thrown into this season. We could have had 40-minute episode for the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, like Mandalorian. Mandalorian was between like 35 and 40 minutes. So they could have
35 to an hour. It was like half an hour to like a full hour. It was varied, but it knew it didn't need to be set in a time, which was nice.
Yeah.
And like Clone Wars, I think the problem is just it hurts to wait 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just especially after binging the show for so long.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I have to wait a week for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We got to. I did my waiting. 12 years.
In Azkaban. Wrong franchise, okay? It's not a franchise. It's not a franchise.
Is it not? What?
Oh, I watched a Harry Potter panel, and like they must have been like prepped for this panel because they were all like, it's not a franchise. It's not a franchise. It's not a franchise. And one of the actors slipped and called it a franchise, and the other one was like, it's not a franchise. It was like there was a theme. It's not a franchise.
Well, then what is it?
An art.
It's a franchise. You call it what it is. It's a there's many. We're all franchises There's, this franchise,
We're
there's
all
that franchise,
franchises.
there's Star Wars, Harry Potter, Doctor Who, so many things.
It's not a franchise.
It's not canon, nerdy.
It's not canon. All right, when I finish making my T-shirts, okay, there's gonna be one that says, "But is that canon?" And the other one's gonna say, "It's not a franchise." They licensed the property to Universal Studios. It's a franchise.
I just remembered. So back to the episode. We get the scene where Rex, like they're talking about Echo, and the Bad Batch don't believe Echo's alive.
Yeah.
And Rex is, of course, he's like fully, like Echo's got to be alive, or whatever. He's getting really emotional. Like this is really important to him, and like when the Bad Batch, kind of taunts him a little bit, right? Like Rex gets angry at them, and Anakin has to break that up, so he sets them apart and talks to Rex. And what really found interesting about the scene is, of course, Rex and Anakin are talking, and like Rex is talking about he doesn't want to. He's lost his brothers, he's lost people close to him, and to have a chance to save somebody he thought he lost is, he doesn't want to go through that. He doesn't want to risk losing that person again or something like that.
Yeah.
And of course, Anakin, you got to prepare for loss. You got to get ready because it might not work out.
Yeah.
And I find that so ironic for Anakin to be saying that. Like Anakin to be saying.
I had the same thought. I was like, this doesn't I know it was another one of those examples. It doesn't sound like him. Like that's he freaked out over losing his mother, and he's going to be freaking out over potentially losing Padme. He doesn't deal with loss very well. And he always took the lives of the clones very seriously. Like they weren't just clones to him. He always went out of his way to risk his life to save them. He didn't think that they were expendable or whatever. So to have that attitude of, well, he might be dead, you need to prepare yourself, was out of character for him. But again, could that be because he just lost Ahsoka, so maybe he's bitter and he's trying to face reality? Well, people, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it now, but
I liked it. It's just I found it, maybe it's one of those ironic Anakin to be saying that.
Yeah.
And then only be have the same issues himself and actually fall to them.
Yeah. Well, Anakin's a little wacky. But yeah, that was
your own advice, Anakin.
Yeah, it was definitely out of character for him. But that whole scene was really sad. Like you really feel Rex's you could tell he feels guilt over what happened. And you start to think that maybe Echo really is dead and it's going to be a heartbreaking scene. It's human nature. People often tell others things are easy that they struggle with. Oh yeah, I do it all the time. Everything's going to be fine. Don't stress yourself out. It's not that big a deal. Mind you, on the inside, I'm like, dying.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a few people like that.
Yeah.
How's the chat?
Quiet. It's a busy.
I can't see it, so that's why I keep. It's one of those things.
Oh, well, Daniel said these episodes are fine, but all should have been one episode, like what we were saying before. Winston says, Anakin's a lot of nuts. Mixie, it's an attempt at empathy. Yeah. Anakin is a lot of nuts. So anyway, so they continue their mission to rescue Echo. I forget what he did exactly, but Tech, broke into hacked something to, I guess, kind of get a ping on where he is, where Echo is, or whatever. So they're eventually able to track him down into one of their, I don't know what that place was called, but anyway, they find him.
Yeah,
And
they infiltrate the fortress or palace or whatever it is, and
yeah.
the Techno Union's not worried
Mhm.
about being attacked. They don't worry about the clones or the Republic attacking them because they feel like they have neutral immunity,
Mhm.
sort of thing. And of course, the Bad Batch and these clones aren't. They're a bit different. They kind of have a way of working outside of what the Republic intended, so it's like they're kind of a rogue element.
Mhm.
So that's how they're planning to get in and do what they have to do to get what they need without instigating the Techno Union to either not work with the Republic or work with the Separatists or whatever. Which the Techno Union already are working with the Separatists. It's just
Yeah.
that they don't. The Republic,
Yeah.
um, doesn't really know that or
Mhm.
admits it.
Mhm. Um. So anyway, so they get in there. First of all,
They find Echo.
the droids there are really weird looking. Like they're
Yeah,
these droids we've never seen before.
yeah, those are very like they sound like regular battle droids, but have a different shape to them,
Mhm.
which is really cool. I really like the design,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was and we also get how like they have a plan. They have a plan of infiltration. They have a plan to do all these things, but the Bad Batch are rogue elements, so they kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
Like they'll listen to authority, but they will do their own way of doing it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. um. I don't know what the chat is talking about. I don't know if I did not refresh. I'm missing something.
Are we frozen?
I don't think so. I just don't know what they're talking about. Dr. MXC. Oh, okay, because of his comment. Not all stayed at one of the hotels in the commercial. So one of the cheap ones. Is that what you're saying? Anyway. So, I thought it was like just gut wrenching when they finally get Echo. That
Did
he's
you
like,
think Echo was alive or dead?
what's that?
Like when you over the course of the episode, did you think Echo was going to be alive or did you think Echo was going to be dead?
I thought he was going to be dead. I thought he was going to die at the end of A Distant Echo. And then when he didn't die, I thought he might die at some point in episode 3. So I was really surprised. But it was really sad. He was like attached to all of these machines.
Very kind of Matrix kind of.
Yeah.
Very kind of techno. He's very machine now sort of thing. It's very disturbing to see what the droids or whatever the Separatists have been doing.
Yeah.
To get the information from his brain.
Mhm. Yeah. And you don't even realize how bad it is until until episode 3 when you really see him. I mean, there's stuff all around his head, down like his spine, I think. He's missing one arm, is like machine, and then both of his legs. They really like turned him into part machine.
Well, I can't remember what happened. Like, I actually forgot what happened to Echo. Like, I know he got. It was at the Citadel or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I can't.
I don't know if he was like there was some explosion or something where it looked like he died, and so I guess he did get badly injured. And when he was captured, he was repaired, but of course he was also interrogated, integrated.
Yeah, and so he was just not only was he part machine, he was skin and bones. He didn't look well. I mean, you don't know how long he was in that state for. But like when he was hooked up to these machines, it like took over his mind, his everything. And it was like even once they got him out of there, he like didn't come out of it right away. It wasn't until they what was his name? Tech or something. Had to like again it's a hack in.
Had to getting safeties off.
Yeah, he had to like undo all that stuff, and then once they unplugged him, he was himself again. And he recognized, Rex and
Yeah, and he
whatnot.
started to like in a weird way, like he's still very he was still human. He was able to come back. Slowly but surely, he was starting to warm back up
Hmm.
to his old self.
Yeah, you see that throughout episode 3. Like he kind of gradually kind of comes out of it, and he helps them escape because they were coming after them as they tried to leave. They went to the villagers for help.
Hmm.
Um, and we were actually talking a
Yeah,
little bit. Oh, go ahead.
well, yeah, we had like the where the Techno Union brings out their little like what do they call it? Decimator droid,
Hmm.
which is the little thing that gets through the door, flies in, and
Oh, I forgot about that scene.
yeah,
Um,
and they I think that's one of the things that was kind of deleted from the original animatic was their explanation of what this droid did, like if it got somebody.
mhm.
So, but yeah, like then we have Wrecker like basically chucking his buddies up to the escape hatch.
Now that was one of those scenes where I didn't understand why Anakin didn't just use the Force to let them all up. Why did they have to jump?
Yeah, I kept thinking that too. Like I guess because Wrecker got there first.
Hmm.
But yeah, I kept thinking like Anakin. I assume Anakin probably did that for Echo, but and then of course Wrecker later. But yeah, Wrecker was just like, this is faster this way. Requires less concentration,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that was just.
and it was funny.
Anakin Force Lift might have been too slow. Maybe, true. That's a good point. Um, but yeah, I thought that was weird. But yeah, yeah, that little thing that came in, I had never seen that before. But I guess it like electrocutes them. I don't even really know. It
Yeah,
had
it
like
like either stuns you, electrocutes you, fries you, all that kind of bad.
basically you're dead.
And then Wrecker threw grenades to blow up all their tech, the
Hmm.
information that they had and could have, and all that. Either their funding, their schematics, blueprints, all that.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So then, yeah. So then they escape, but they're chased.
Mm.
They eventually go to
They're stuck
the
on a pipe.
the pipe thing. Yes, they end up
Yeah,
on these. They're like up in the air. They're on these pipe things.
yeah, and
Um,
then they're getting like cornered.
yeah, they're coming from either side. And then out of nowhere come the I don't even know what they're
They
called. The flying
yeah,
creatures.
but like Tech calls the creatures to fly to them, and they jump onto the creatures' backs and they just get away. But of course, these droids now can fly. They
They fly
fly
now.
now.
They fly now. um,
Uh,
yeah, that was really funny because yeah, that made me think of
yeah,
episode 9.
yeah.
For Tithe, hey, an exterminator droid. Wrong franchise. um, so yeah, so then they escape on there. Um, feel free to
Head
look.
back to the village.
Oh yeah, then they go to the villagers. And the villagers at first refuse to help them,
Yeah,
which
but
makes total sense.
they didn't want a war at
Yeah.
their home,
Yeah.
so.
Um,
But yeah, it was like, the war's still coming here, so you might as well help, and
Yeah.
we'll help you. And
look at what
all
they
that.
did to one of ours, you know. But like we were discussing on my live stream on Friday that like we felt like the villagers came around too easily, like because like I felt like they allowed them die for nothing, you know, for that particular battle. I don't know. It was just kind of surprising. Um, but I don't know, maybe because they were coming in, no matter what, there was nothing they can do. So
And of course, they could see Echo. Like Echo
Yeah.
was an example of what because they were already like the Separatists were already on their planet,
Mhm.
so they were used to them. But now, of course, they could see what the Separatists do.
Yeah.
In a way. It's like you have to show your example of why your enemy is your enemy.
Yeah. Um,
and
the villagers would have sold them to the tech guys. Um, give them a bad case of static electricity. They don't find out till they reach for a doorknob. The decimated druid. um. All right. Well, then what happens next? Let's see.
we get the droids flying in, and
And then there was
we
that
get those.
that weird. There was that weird droid. That reminded me of a spider. It was a walker,
Oh,
but like,
the triple-legged one
yeah,
with the yeah, like those are like we've only kind of seen them in a couple of episodes of Clone Wars. We had them in the movie. We had them with I think one arc with Mace Windu, and
I
then
don't
we
even
had
remember.
them. We had them in Revenge of the Sith on Magneto. But yeah, it's really kind of cool to see these droids because they were actually very very terrifying when
Yeah.
they're like when they don't have like much. They're like the AT-AT walkers,
Mm-hmm.
just towering over and firing down on whatever they can shoot.
Yeah. And Anakin got right in there, and you know, kind of like, kind of remind me of when Luke fought the Walkers. I mean, he got right in there with his lightsabers, cutting off legs and slicing them and dicing them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was just like here's okay. Anakin takes care of one, the other guys take care of another, and then the droids will get taken out. And so yeah, that was a cool little battle scene
mm-hmm.
that they had,
Yeah.
and so I bet so there's like the villagers do tell the group that the Jedi are welcome to their planet or to their
Yeah.
villages, which um hasn't come up like nothing's come of that. So I wonder if there's gonna be a reference in some future media with these villagers. Maybe Jedi Fallen Order, maybe um, another comic book, maybe something like interesting. I wonder if that's ever going to come back at some point,
That's true.
or maybe like the Rebels sequel with Ahsoka and like Ezra or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could some way like this is going to pay off.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
feel.
think about that. That'd be cool to see. Um, Especially in Rebels. Did they confirm that they're going to do Rebels too, or is that still just a rumor?
I mean, I think it's still a rumor, but I feel like it's
It's inevitable, though.
stirred up enough
Yeah.
that it could be true.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, they left Rebels on a sequel anyway. Like they left it with a cliffhanger. So, to not have a explanation or some form of media of what happens after that
Yeah.
would be upsetting.
I hope somehow Kanan is still alive. I realize that's not gonna happen, but you never know.
We had our chance already, and we confirmed we can't.
It
It's
could
unfortunate.
no, but it could happen. We don't know. I mean, Ahsoka was saved with the world between worlds. Maybe that happens with.
Well, we had that same situation presented in the World Between Worlds too.
What am I not remembering?
Like Ezra wanted to save Kanan because he was in there, and then like Ahsoka told him that we couldn't.
Oh shit! Oh, excuse me, YouTube. It's been that long since I've seen that. Wow. Okay, I forgot about that.
This video is not for kids. We know this already, though.
Totally forgot. Oh, spoiling MXC. Well, MXC should have seen it already. Rebels 2 probably happens before Kenobi. Shut up. We're still waiting on Kenobi. But anyway.
Kanan's the Force Ghost talking to Rey later on.
Yeah. I'll listen. I'll take a Force Ghost, Kanan. I'll take
We
something.
could have had.
Well, anyway, the episode ends really sad with that last interaction between Rex and Echo. Rex is like, it'll be just like old times. And Rex walks away and Echo's like, yeah, just like old times.
Echo, there's some kind of like uncertainty with that ending. Like, either, because, Echo is alive, but of course there's other, like, Rex and him have lost others. Like
Yeah.
Fives is dead. Heavy's dead. Like there's other people who have died. I think between Echo's death that he's and also he Echo is very uh he's very Echo's not who he was anymore. So it's not going to. There definitely things have changed, and there's even talk like maybe Echo knows about Order 66 or what the Separatist plan or
Mhm.
anything. Like maybe because of Echo's technology in his brain, what information he can bring to Rex or somebody else before or he dies. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't feel like Echo's gonna survive.
Yeah. There was something about that interaction, and I don't know how to interpret it. My immediate reaction was like, oh, like there's something almost, I don't know the word is like devious, or if he was resentful, like it felt negative. Like he gave
Mm-hmm.
off this negative vibe.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if it was like he was resentful towards Rex for leaving him, like, yeah, it'll be just like old times. Like, no, it's not, like you left me. Or if it's because of what he is now. He knows it won't be
Yeah.
the same. Um,
Or it's even possible Echo could be a sleeper agent, like because of the technology inside him. Like he just needs to be activated. They're gonna have to put him down.
could be. That makes sense too.
Just as, which is probably just gonna hurt Rex even more.
Losing him
Like
that way.
just no, uh, poor boy Rex.
Hmm. Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. I think it was, MXC says, I think it was against Rex. The Tech Guild was way too upset about him leaving. Um, yeah, I know, it was a weird interaction, but I guess we'll find out in a few days.
Yep,
Um,
and that's the two episodes that we
the
have.
Wee Bad Riding Pit is a mole. It'd be interesting though. Um, yes. All right. So we have. So it's 12 episodes. We're three into it. Is it 12 episodes?
Three down and nine to go.
9 to go. All right. We're getting there.
One more bad batch, and then we get to Soka.
Oh, for Ty is complimenting you. He says, "Nice bow tie, by the way, earlier, Inspector." And he says, "Built
Ah,
your saber and have gone old Time Lord Academy with it." Ooh.
interesting.
I can't
I'll
wait to
check
see
that out
it.
later.
Yeah.
Thanks for time.
Awesome. Forsyth is very talented in his lightsaber building skills.
All right.
Yep. So that was the bad, not the bad batch. That was is this an Echo and Escape from Kaza something?
Like wing something, I think.
Hold on. Do I have it written here? No. I know whatever it was. I can't. I don't pronounce it the right way. Oh no, on the wings of Kiridax. Kiridax? I may or may not be pronouncing that right. But
I guess that's the name of the alien, the flying reptiles,
maybe.
the flying creatures.
Kiridax. Now I want to just make sure. Wait a minute. What? I'm looking it up on Wikipedia. Oh no, that was the aliens. No, wait, no, you're right. Non-sentient creatures that were native to Skako Minor. Kiridax had distinctive cries for help. Oh yeah, the winged creatures. Okay. Yeah, they have pictures of them. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was supposed to be. All right. All right. Oh, Ferdice says you're welcome and thanks for the kind comment. You're welcome. All right. Yep. So that was episodes 2 and 3. Episode 4 on to the next. So there's one more episode you said in this
arc, yeah.
In this arc. Okay.
And then we're on to Ahsoka, which I don't know. I guess it's going to be 4 episodes too.
Okay.
And then we're on to Ahsoka's finale arc, with basically the Clone Wars finale arc. So 4 more episodes with Ahsoka, then 4 more episodes for the finale.
All right. Now, do we know yet if we are definitely going to see Order 66?
I mean,
It's not confirmed.
that's what happens during the Siege of Mandalore, so I believe, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna kind of call that they're gonna basically redo Order 66 exactly how it was in the movie, but animated characters this time because
Hmm.
we've grown with the characters now. We actually get to see how they and maybe even more characters get killed off that we didn't get to see.
I would love to see
Um,
that. Like, I would love to see, yeah, like you're saying, like other characters and how they were affected and like what happened in their final moments and
like
uh,
other Jedi that we got to know in the Clone Wars, but we didn't get to see actually die in the
yeah,
movie. We actually probably will get to see.
maybe they'll show
Uh,
Anakin in the temple. Yeah, I'd like to see that too. Um, I think I heard in the novelization it's a lot darker. I never read it though. I really have to read the books, like the books based off
yeah,
the.
you're the book reader.
Yeah,
Uh,
I love to read. I really should read it. I know there's been some controversy with the Rise of Skywalker book,
oh my gosh,
which
that.
like I don't want to like put down anyone's feelings. I don't want to diminish anyone's feelings, but I'm like I guess I'm not too maybe because I'm not too attached to the characters. I guess I'm not taking it all so personally. The controversy about how
Mm,
well the big thing is the kiss between Kylo Ren and Rey was just a friendly kiss.
Ben was
But I'm
it
just
was a
kind of
romantic kiss apparently,
I
and which actually I just heard recently. I didn't even real like that wasn't something I looked into, been hearing about. Like I was like, so you're telling me it was basically like I don't want you to die a virgin kiss?
I read it on Twitter. It was just basically like they said it was just a friendship kiss. Like but like I just think that's really weird because like
That was
I
that was
have friends. We don't kiss like
like, that wasn't even a friendship kiss, and like I know it's Star Wars. We've had brothers and sisters kiss, way more passionately. That was a passionate kiss.
I feel like some stupid idiot Star Wars fans are gonna start using that as an excuse just to start making out with random people. It's a friendship kiss. Rise of Skywalker says
No,
it's okay.
it's a friendship kiss. We hear the ding ding from Law and Order.
Raylo was like the best part ever.
And then we have Palpatine. Rey's father's not truly Palpatine, her grandfather's not true. Like her father's Palpatine's clone, but at the same time, her grandfather's Palpatine's clone. But it's not the Palpatine clone that Rey actually faces. I think I'm hearing a lot of different interpretations. I haven't because I haven't read it.
I haven't read up on that. I've seen the headlines and some people are talking about it. So I know I know her father. I think her father is technically a clone, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, okay. I made this joke
Oh
on
God.
the video I want, and it was basically the attempt to fix this mess has left it scarred and deformed. It's just like you could. I mean, look, I'm not a fan of Palpatine getting busy either, but it makes more sense. It makes way more sense. It doesn't need to be explained.
They're going to explain it, and it still doesn't make sense.
It's even like you explained it. Now you made it me have a million more questions. Like I didn't
That's kind.
know.
It's like that's kind of how like I feel like all of this is sounding. Like anything that they've added in the book, I feel like they've done to try and fix things, but they just made things worse. Like I feel like
Yeah.
they're trying to salvage this movie, this franchise, and they're just failing. I mean, I still love it and believe in it, but
I
their attempts are
yeah,
backfiring.
like for me, like it's not like Star Wars is ruined, but the sequels have definitely dug themselves down, and I don't like. I just thinking of. This is one of the few times in my entire life where I say Star Wars, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. You've gone too far. I don't know you anymore.
They need to
You're
hire.
going down a path I can't follow.
They need to hire a team of like 10 fans, like a panel. And before they do or say anything, they need to run it by the panel and let the panel judge.
How's the chat doing?
Winston says, no comment on the last 3 movies. MXE is making fun of me for giving it a 9 out of 10. They could have made Rey a clone of Palpatine, not saying she was a bad batch. Reylo was like the best part ever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add the Rise of Skywalker to my to-read list because I'm curious as to what else was said.
Yeah, and, let me know how that goes, because I'm not interested. I'm kidding. And it's also, okay, that's actually another thing. They call this book, the extended edition.
Oh, do they?
Like, yeah, like, and there was like a rumor or something where we might get, like, not, because there's not going to be any deleted scenes for the DVD release. Like, there's not going to, like, apparently, like, this theatrical version is not going to get any deleted scenes. So there's a possibility, a theory, or somebody thinks that maybe they might not re-release it in theaters, but re-release it as the extended version as a way to get money out of the DVD release and then get money out of the extended edition release instead of people just going and buying the extended edition release.
Makes sense.
Maybe this DVD extended edition release has the Force Ghost scene that we didn't get, or I hope. That's all I want. That's just all I want.
I doubt it'll be there, but you know, we can dream.
Like, I wouldn't mind if it was a deleted scene that wasn't in the movie. It was still a deleted scene. I want to see Hayden and Ewan and just them. That's all I want.
You know what? I'm gonna learn how to Photoshop, and I'm gonna make the scene. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Watch me.
Like you still haven't seen how it should have ended.
No.
Rise of Skywalker yet. You need to react to that. Like, that's just like react to.
I get a copyright claim on it if I watch it.
I mean, as long as you like don't make it your video, it's like a reaction. It should be fine.
I get them on reactions too. Not complaining.
Yeah. And then there's like this like Rise of Skywalker 16-bit, which is kind of based off like the Super Star Wars games, but it's, you know, the sequel trilogy. And they did the Rise of Skywalker. I just watched that last night, and they actually like do have the Force Ghost talking to Rey. And, like, it's the same scene, but instead the Force Ghost are physically there.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those moments where it's just like, this makes me feel things that I didn't get. Has it really only been 3 months?
Since the movie came out?
It feels like it's been years.
Yeah. It's been...
only been 3 months.
It'll be 3 months this month, yep. Apparently it's still out in theaters, I think.
I can believe that.
I know people who just went this past week to see it. I want a mall series, too. I'd be interested in a mall series. I've heard rumors about it. Nothing confirmed, but I've heard rumors. I've heard whispers. You can read this.
So, yeah. That's right. We talked about, like, Clone Wars put in around May the 4th, which could be Star Wars Celebration time, too. So we'll finally get Project Luminous answers. What? Maybe even a Kenobi teaser. Mandalorian teaser. I'm actually really excited for what they're going to show us this coming celebration.
Yeah. I was just talking about this with my family recently. Like, I'm wondering, I mean, it's a long time off, and I'm wondering what's going to happen with the whole, like, coronavirus. Either if they're, I mean, I doubt they'll cancel it, but, like, I could see a lot less people going this year.
Yeah. Like, you guys are in New York. and you're dealing with that now. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's
they
76 confirmed cases. Where I am, there's some people who are being like tested.
mm,
um, I mean it's everywhere. I mean, you know.
just stay clean and healthy, and
Yeah.
do what you can.
Yeah. It's more concern from what I'm gathering, it's just more concerning for people who are older, like maybe 15 older, 16
Yeah.
older. So, I told Mama Nerdy she's not allowed to leave the house. I worry more so for like my parents and like
Yeah.
their generation, I guess.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the symptoms and such. Yeah, that is the thing. Like, there's actually there's a convention I'm planning on going to in the summer, and of course, there's discussions of like, of course, this thing's you know spreading and such, and it's not going to go away for at least like a couple of years because it takes time for it to get through everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's we're all kind of like worried about like how the convention's going to do, how our stuff like events going to do. It's just everybody's like, we're going to be stuck at home.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I wonder and I don't know if do they ever stream any of their panels or some, maybe
yeah.
not all.
Star Wars, I'm pretty sure does stream its panels. Not the Mandalorian panel. Like they stream it. They stream like the conversation, the people chatting and stuff, but they don't stream the like stuff for the panel people. Like
Yeah.
there's like trailers or things like those are all kind of kept in the dark until either official release or fans leak them because they want to share.
I wonder if they would do something where like something like that where you still buy a ticket, maybe it's less money, but they'll stream things, like more things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
thought.
I think that could be cool. Yeah. Okay. Now I see what you're saying. Yeah. They could do that.
Mm.
It would. It would be in a way cheaper.
Mm. Yeah.
um,
Uh,
yeah. That would be.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So, but yeah. So I guess I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else?
I don't know. I guess that's it. Um, that's all I got. But yeah, no, we got a lot. We got lots to look forward to, and yeah, we'll be back next week talking about episode 4. I don't know if they released a trailer for it yet.
I was gonna say like we
Thank
should.
you, Daniel.
We should I did like there was like a couple of things like I don't know if we could do it maybe like during the Ahsoka arc probably we could try and see if we can plan for that. But we could do the Star Wars trivia game you have, and we could do that with maybe we get anybody else wants to join, be a part of that.
Okay.
We don't get like if anybody wants to like also Trivia Pursuit Star Wars edition pre-Disney back during Revenge of the Sith era, pre-Clone Wars too. So yeah,
I'm not sure
maybe
when
that'll
mine. Where is mine? I feel like I got mine before Revenge of the Sith.
It's gold.
Yep.
It's like that gold one.
Mine's classic. It says classic trilogy, so it's just the original.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my uncle has like the prequels. It's like the saga. It's basically the saga edition
Oh, that's cool.
at the time, and even has like a DVD in it that for special questions.
Oh, MXC just said if you're going to do Trivial Pursuit, you can do it on Twitch under board games. He's right. I just recently saw that. I didn't even know that was an option. And there will be no play dance.
We could pick a day where all of us play that game and see who knows Star Wars the most.
Yeah. I'll probably lose, but I have my moments. Alrighty.
You're still close. You're
What's
still
that?
Close. You're only like 15 behind, but you're still close.
15
You're
behind. You
not,
remember? You remember?
I have to remember. That's how I remember questions and answers.
I'm not asking you, Frankie. Let Inspector say no. He's an independent person. Oh, you want the Inspector to do the plate dance?
What?
Are you familiar with the plate dance? Have you been there for those discussions?
No, I don't.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think.
So, have you ever heard of the movie or the play Brigadoon? The movie came out in the 50s with Gene Kelly, Sid Charisse, the Highlands of Scotland. Show him. I'm not showing him. Well, anyway, there's a scene in the movie, in the play, where they were dancing and singing, and they were dancing with a plate. Anyway, it's one of those scenes I reenact if I'm drunk or hyper. Every time I hold a plate, I have to do the dance. Happy International Women's Day. Thanks, Winston. It's good to be a woman. Anyway, so we joke about it sometimes, but I won't be doing it because I also sing when I do the plate dance, and that's not happening either. Okay, it could have worked. Apparently, you are on to me.
You can do this on a can night.
It would have to be a 3-can night, which probably won't be happening anymore because last time I did a 3-can night, I was a hot mess the next day.
Hold on. This whole operation was your idea.
See what you did there. So yeah. Anyway, that's the plate dance. Not Star Wars related.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll see. Maybe on Twitch. We'll see one of these days. Okay.
We'll find a day for everybody if they want to discuss like board game day.
Yeah.
Maybe make a chat about like board game day or community event, or we could play like Jackbox games. Like well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Those games.
I've seen.
Card games. We could play
I've seen
that.
we do those. Yeah.
We could maybe one of the board games if we can find a way to work with that.
Mhm.
We'll see.
All right.
But yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching and for hanging out with us. If you have not already, please check out the Inspector Who Reacts. Please check out his channel. There is a link below in the description. Please give him a sub. He's got a lot of fun, great stuff. Doctor Who, Star Wars, and that show that you watch. I don't remember the name of it.
Well, yeah. Doctor Who, Star Wars, RWBY. I will be probably reacting to Clone Wars when we get to Mandalore.
Okay.
So I'll see about working on that eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. So look forward to those.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, please subscribe to him to check out more of his stuff. So thanks so much for watching, guys, for chatting, hanging out. We appreciate the support very, very much. And I know the Inspector just uploaded some stuff today. I will be back tomorrow on Twitch streaming something that remains to be seen. So, but yeah. Sorry. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And I hope everybody has a good night.
I can see you.
And happy Monday and happy adulting. Bye.